everyone. My name is Noriko Uosaki from Osaka University, Japan. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. And the idea is, how we can collect learning logs in an informal learning setting, or you can say authentic learning. Okay, and we have developed the system called SCROLL, which stands for System for Capturing and Reminding of Learning Log. And let me explain a little bit. Okay, learning can happen anywhere, anytime. You see, and I think what did you learn yesterday? You remember, right? And our system has been developed in order to support learners to record newly gained knowledge, to remind them, to share, and reuse them. Okay, and let me explain a little bit of my own experience. This is my first Canada, first Vancouver, and it's always very exciting for me to encounter new culture or different culture. This time what welcomed me at the airport is this. Okay, you remember if you took the airplane, there's a big totem pole. I knew the word totem pole because we have some in Japan too, but I have no idea what it's all about. So I took many photos, anywhere. During the conference or at the airport, I took many photos like this, and I uploaded what I learned about totem pole. And scroll systems facilitate for learners to record what we've learned. Okay. For instance, my native language is Japanese, so I just totem pole is in Japanese language and automatically translated it into English, and also the Chinese, my second target language, so again, automatically translated into Chinese language too. So it's machine translation. Sometimes it doesn't work, but as for totem pole, it works well, very well. And I uploaded the photo I took by my smartphone, and I took some memo. Usually, description part I just copy and pasted it. And also there's a GPS function showed me where that photo is taken. Okay, here's the interface of what we learned, my log information on the web. So there's a speakerphone, so we can practice by listening in in English and also Chinese language for my practice. So the basic idea or the basic concept, why linking is important in language learning. There's a kind of a background in the whole. Linking is especially important in language learning initiative because we learn words from various kinds of contexts, whole procedure parts in the language learning, and 5 to 16 exposures are necessary to fully acquire a word. Therefore, we need various contexts where the words are usually in order to build up vocabulary. Maybe you can imagine, we just learned some word at the textbook, but we have no idea how it really used in the daily life or daily conversation. Let me explain about another example. Actually, the onomatopoeia learning is in our paper in the proceeding, and onomatopoeia, Japanese language is full of onomatopoeias, and it's really a challenge for international students who are learning Japanese language. And as I said, it's difficult to grasp meaning, the real meaning and how they are used in what kind of situations. So linking between formal learning and informal learning, the idea is something like this. Fura, which means staggering, fura is one of the often used onomatopoeia in Japanese language, and they learn at the desk. So at the desk and in the real life, they've come across a person who really is staggering, kind of a drunken person. Okay, so in this kind of a situation, learning at the desk and learning in a real situation, our concept is linking together. Okay, so here's how support, and also we have function called relog. That means knowledge sharing, facilitate the other learners to learn the same words, stagger, uploaded by other learners by click the relog button. And also we have the quiz functions and quizzes reported. It's a very effective way for language learning. And we automatically generated quiz system recall our memory. People are likely to forget, right? Do you remember what you learned yesterday or a day before yesterday? Okay, so actually the quiz reminding us what we learned in the past. And this is the system called Scroll. We believe that the very powerful tool to capture what we learn in daily life, by learning by experience, or you can say authentic learning. Here's another system we developed is the Ebook. We usually this is for actually used by in this variation. For Onomatopoeia learning for international students, which I made, and I made a PowerPoint slides like this, and this was changed to the EPUB system. Yes, maybe if you are familiar with Ebook or EPUB system, there's a next page. You can next and slide this way, and also there's operation buttons. If you learn something new words, there are click, they can upload it as a new words. So in order to effectively link between textbook learning and real life learning, we just classify the learning log into formal learning and informal learning. Okay, so we usually learn words, at the desk work, like ebook learning. But in the real places, we have another chance to learn the same words. So the idea is something like this. So learning log collected in ebook system with scroll and attributes of the learning log, we just divide it into formal words and learning materials. This is formal or maybe textbook-based learning, okay? And the other one, the informal words attribute is collected by using scroll, and location, time, and the place were recorded too. So let me explain again what is formal learning logs. Formal learning log. In our term, this is a terminology that formal words. If a learner recorded learning log using ebook system, where data is categorized into formal words. And the learning material, if a learner records the learning log using ebook system, the learning material data categorized into learning materials. And what is informal learning logs? Informal learning logs, in very, daily life experience, authentic learning. If a learner records learning log using scroll system, the word data is categorized into informal words. And also locations were recorded, okay? And to find the relationship between formal and informal learning, we developed the visualization system of network. Okay, next.
So actually, the scroll system was used in 51 languages like this, yeah, in the world. And we have already collected 35,000, learning log. And here is word cloud in Japanese word, yeah. So the natto is the most popular word, yeah. And here are some photos taken by the student users, yeah. So you can see here is the location of the learning log, and this is the timeline. So you can scroll, the timeline, yeah. So you can go back and go forward, yeah. And then the location is also corresponding to the time, yeah. Okay, so we have developed the bus call system to visualize these formal and informal words, yeah. So if the learner learn this word in ebook, then we create this line, yeah, and so another learner learns this word, same word in the certain location, and then there is some, yeah, link, and then the system automatically link this word and this word, yeah. So in this case, this user can understand the same word can be applied in this location if he or she go to this place. Yeah. So I mean, I mean it's very important to apply the word. Yeah. In the real world. Yeah. I mean not only learn from the textbook. Yeah. In terms of the language learning. So we. So here is the graph, but the important thing is the student should know which word is most important. I mean, the first priority word is, yeah. I mean, there are some links, but I mean, network certain centrality is the one of the indicator to find out the which is the center of the, yeah, okay, center of the graph, yeah. And but there are three possibility for the centrality of the graph to, I mean, to calculate the yeah. So and so here is the system implementation, and this is the formal word graph, and this is informal word graph. Yeah, and if the user click the circle, then the system shows the location. This is the learning log, and the system shows the location, so user can go to this place to apply to use the word. Yeah, and so here you can see here is the formal and informal word, and so there are many links between the word, and so this is the center of the, I mean, the word, centrality, yeah, of the word. So we made a evaluation.
In order to examine the effectiveness of our, our system, okay, the experiment was conducted using the international students who are learning Japanese languages, okay, and which is most effectiveness, degree closeness between us, okay, and 20 international students participated in this evaluation, and participants used Note PC and also smartphones to learn in both formal and informal learning. Okay, they are divided into two groups. Group A with our system, VASCO system, and Group B, they learn vocabulary without our system, VASCO. Okay, and comparing the number of uploaded scroll words, learning logs, conducted 5-point scale questionnaire, including free comments. Here's the result of the number of the uploaded logs. Okay, Group A, increasingly, dramatically increased the number of the uploaded words. Okay, compared with Group B. And the result of the 5-point scale questionnaire, okay, was the degree of centrality easy to find the central word. Okay, the finding central words was the betweenness centrality easy to finding the central words. So the question number 3, they gave the highest score. Okay? So why was this result of questionnaire of the betweenness highest in all centralities? Okay, and here's their comments, 3 comments from the participant. Betweenness centrality versus the other centralities. I think that it's easy to find central words between formal words and informal words. It was easy to understand. When I use between a centrality, the central node size between formal words and informal words were big. So that's the reason why they find it easy to find. When I use degree and closeness centrality, I was not able to find central words between formal words and informal words. So it's kind of hard to find that there's no link between them because other nodes are bigger than the formal and informal words nodes. I think that is useful to find central words between inside of class and out of class. For example, when I use the system displayed central node as natto. Natto is a very popular word for international students to learn, Japanese word. The nodes were connected to informal words that others learned in many places, such as supermarket, restaurant, the location information. When sharing the words is valuable information. So here's a conclusion. Okay, the issues of seamless learning analysis. Okay, it is very important to collect the learning log in the seamless learning environment, okay, especially for in a very informal situation, okay, authentic learning situation, and how to connect learning log in the seamless learning environment. Okay, and conclusion, evaluation experiment. Which centrality would be beneficial in finding words in the seamless learning environment? Okay, and betweenness, as the questionnaire showed, betweenness centrality was better than the best of the other compared with other centralities because it was easy to find central words between formal words and informal words. Okay. Thank you very much for your attention.
Open microphone for questions.
Yeah, that's indeed a very interesting finding. We discussed, I think it was a presentation from Singapore. They used betweenness on beforehand, and I think it was not so much convincing in that context, but here it's interesting to see that betweenness is like the best characterization. And it makes sense here because you are interested in this interlinking of formal and informal. I have a technical suggestion that one might pursue here. You distinguish formal and informal in such a way that you could form a bipartite graph, right? If you do that, there are techniques to detect cohesive clouds in such a bipartite graph, and that could be very interesting because then you have associations of related informal and formal terms that you could further explore. Usually what you do is you collapse the network into just either you disregard the distinction or you fold the network. But in this case, this could be very interesting to get word clouds that contain representatives of both types of words. But the betweenness is, of course, an interesting thing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Questions? Actually, I have two questions while the people are thinking about questions. I have two clarification questions. One is about the graph that is in page 33, slide 33, I think. I think it's very nice to see the bridges between formal and formal learning. But what are the colors? What's the meaning of the colors? Because there are like, the bridges start to get like green or red. And the second question, well, maybe we can start with that one. Once the animation start running, there's different colors, yeah.
Color?
Color. Oh yeah.
And
Yellow color.
the other,
green.
the previous slide.
Previous.
This one?
33, like,
Oh, it's red means the learning material, ebook. Yeah.
Use the animation. Sorry.
So, yeah, blue means the learner. I think. Yeah. So it's too much. Yeah. So.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are those
So
colors? The
this
green-
part is the word, and the upper part is the learner. So there are some areas.
Yeah, three. Hierarchy.
Yeah. Three hierarchy. So three layers. and words and learning materials and locations. Yeah.
The words are only on the middle layer.
On the middle, only the middle. Yeah.
So we have only seen the middle layer.
Yes. To calculate the center. Yeah.
That's why it's green or yellow.
Yeah.
Is there direction? This is like some.
We don't have any
some are yellow.
direction in this. Yeah.
And the second one is about in the questionnaires. If you ask the students about centrality, I was wondering if it's meaningful for them to understand the centrality of words, or maybe it's more meaningful to understand other things about the context of usage of the words in the real world. I don't know if you have any thoughts about that or the experience of these.
Yeah, actually, there are a lot of the words and vocabulary is stored in the system, and the student cannot understand which word should be learned at the first or something. So
Between us, is good, have a good reputation because it's easy to find the central word, as I said. And when they find the central words and click it, they jump into the ebook textbook. What that was. In this case, the natto was how it was used in the e-textbook. So that means kind of encourage them to learn a new word and also link. There's also link between informal and formal learning. So that's the reason why in a group A people uploaded new words, learn more. Certainly it gave them more of learning opportunities.
Last question. Okay, let's give the authors another